Hey everyone, my name is Chris Liebing. I'm right here in Berlin at the Native Instruments headquarters, and I'm really excited because I just saw the update for Traktor 3.2 and it has some amazing features with it that I want to share with you. I want to give you a little bit more in-depth look for what it means to be harmonic mixing, what advantages it has and what disadvantages it has once you first get into it. So I, as a non-musician, never really cared about harmonic mixing. First of all, I didn't really know about it. And second of all, I was just basically working after my feeling, what key a track has, whatever. I didn't care. So at some point, Traktor introduced a function that would analyze all the tracks that you put into your playlists and give you the key, the basic key for the track. And then people started to explain to me, you know, you have these keys and you can follow certain rules. That, for example, you play an A minor track, and if you play a B minor track on top of it, you will boost up the energy of your set. And I was like, oh, really? That's what's happening? That is a helpful tool. So I started to get into harmonic mixing myself, and I started to analyze all my tracks. And Traktor offers you basically different notations for this. It has the musical notation, but it also has, and that is very helpful for us non-musicians, an open key notation, which I cannot explain to you, but you can check the links down below. So the basics of harmonic mixing is pretty simple. You essentially find two tracks with the same key, and you will notice they work with each other pretty well. So as you heard, that was two tracks that harmonically mix on the same key. Pretty simple, you keep the energy at the same pace. Your dance floor will be as full as before, hopefully, if it's the right tracks. And that is a helpful feature. Let's get to the next point. The good thing about harmonic mixing is, if you think you're a great DJ and you're playing really nice sets, it can help you to get even better, because it can help you to consciously know more about how to raise the energy in your set and how to lower the energy of your set. So let me give you that example of the same mix that we just did. I'll try to show you what changing the key of an existing track can do to your mix. The new version of Traktor 3.2 now has the elastic 3.3 algorithm, which when you change the key, lets transients through sounds a lot better, and the range of where you can pitch your track to is much wider, which in the end resulting gives you way more possibilities of what to play next, what to play before. One feature that would be very helpful for you, trying to raise the energy on your dance floor by still playing basically the tracks that which originally would have the same key. So now you might wonder, how did he come up with this Anna track? It used to be the Traktor if both tracks, the Charlotte and the Anna track, were in the same playlist. I could basically go and sort the key column, like I do here, and then I have all these 9M tracks underneath each other. The new Traktor version has a fantastic function. I'll show you. Right here at the key highlighting, you can choose only color matching tracks. I go in there, and if I play the Charlotte track now and turn it into master, it will color code and highlight you with colors already the tracks that you could possibly mix into this track. That is one thing, but it still limits you to certain tracks, and you should never be limited. Like, that's the key of it. Do not follow these rules. So this is why the new Traktor version gives you another function, also color adjacent keys. which means they're next to the key that you're playing. Let me show you what the adjacent key function in your preference actually can do for you. Once you load a track into your deck, you play it, you set it to master, and you will see it highlights all the tracks that potentially mix with this track. Not only on the same key, maybe not even on the same key, maybe you have to change the key of the track that you're going to load into your next deck. But it gives you a real much wider range of possibilities to mix into whatever you have. Obviously, I don't have to mention again, you can break these rules again by loading something into your deck that is maybe not highlighted. You always should be free-floating and trust your ears. So far everything that we've been showing you was essentially in key lock is on, sync is on, but if you're a purist that basically wants to play freestyle and you still want to use the advantages of harmonic mixing, this new version offers you this possibility. In your deck header, in your preferences, you can show your key. That always used to be possible. But now I can change not only showing the key, I show you the resulting key. You can basically see when I pitch the track, see how it changes. You still have your key, you still know where you're pitching it and how far you can pitch it. You pitch it up by maybe 5% and you result in a new key. You can still see the key and you still can find your next track with this resulting key that you have, even though you have not used key lock and you do not sync your tracks. Anything is possible here now. So all these great new features of the new update will help you to become a better DJ if used wisely. But the next step for you might be you want to ignore those rules or even break them. And that is what I've mentioned in the beginning. Why not load a track into your deck and change the pitch in a crazy way, which you normally wouldn't do because you would lose the sound quality of this track. Traktor allows you by syncing up decks that you maybe want to add a different bass drum from a different track and play a track that is in a completely different key. For example, I have this Radio Slave track, Served, with Patrick Mason. Most of you know that. There's a really beautiful vocal in it. I'll play it to you.
Elevate, 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 elevate.
So let me change the key of the track into something really much lower. So you basically turn this vocal into a techno vocal.
Elevate my soul.
Elevate my mind. Elevate my body. Come on, let's get high.
What you notice now, the bass drum sounds weird because that is way too far for any kick drum to basically be present in your mix. But you like the vocal pitched down that much? Then just play it without the bass and add a different kick drum.
My soul. Elevate my mind. Elevate my body. Come on, let's get high. Elevate my soul. Elevate my mind. Elevate my body. Come on, let's get high.
And there's basically a million more possibilities that you can do. Again, it's all about ignoring the rules, but yet using these helpful functions of that new version to use it for your advantage. By the way, I'm using the Traktor Control S4 MK3 in this video, which of course has been updated with all the key features. So for example, you can change the adjusting key right here on the unit, and also the resulting key can be read in the display. And because many users have asked for it, the headphones volume received a boost by 6 dB. Thank you for watching. I hope I could introduce you a little bit to Traktor 3.2. There's way more information if you click the links below about what rules can be applied, what rules need to be broken. Ultimately, I wish you a lot of fun with 3.2. I'm having it, and so will you. Bye-bye.